بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقه قولي. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. Dear brothers and sisters in Islam, the reason I've made this video is to make you aware of certain things that go on in the Middle East but are actually run from London, and they're not run by the British government, so we can have a dig at the British government or anything like that. They're actually run by people who present themselves to be fellow Muslims. There is a organization or a movement called the Shirazi movement, and this Shirazi movement is an extremist sectarian Shia movement. I'd like you to have a look at this video, which is a voice recording of one of their so-called Ayatollahs, and he is calling for the destruction of the tomb and the mosque of Abu Hanifa al-Nu'man. So this is Ayatollah Sadiq al-Shirazi.
أنا أقول إذا العراقيين يريدون يتخلصون من مشاكلهم، خلي يدمرون قبر أبي حنيفة ويسوون بداله متنزه، فشوف مشاكل العراق اوتوماتيكيا تنحل. هذا الشيء وسخ، ما يخلي العراق يشوف الهدوء. من اليوم اللي هذا الدفن في بغداد، وبغداد عاصمة العراق، فالعراق ما بي خير. مع قبر أبي حنيفة العراق ما يشوف الخير، فخلوا يهدموه ويتعجبون انه شلون الخير اجى للعراق اوتوماتيكيا.
Now, as you can see, he's speaking in Arabic, and I have actually put the subtitles. I actually did the translation, so feel free to verify it if you want. The fact of the matter is, this organization is run from England by a person known as Yasser al-Habib, who runs the satellite station FedEx. Now, FedEx satellite stations alleges that it is a Shia satellite station, yet anytime you turn it on, you will not find people talking about the good work done by Ahl al-Bayt, or people talking about asking people to do charity, or enjoining people to do their salah properly, or enjoining people to fast. It is a satellite station that is dedicated to one sole purpose, which is the defamation and the swearing at the Sahaba and the defamation of Aisha radiallahu anha, the mother of the mu'mins. They go to an extent where they actually consider Surah Nur to be a lie. So basically they're saying there are lies in the Quran. I am not a scholar, but as a lay person and as a logical person, I would say a person who believes that part of the Quran is not true believes that the whole Quran is not true, hence is not a Muslim. I hope that the Shia organizations who are operating in London, most of them funded by Iran and some of them funded, by Iraq, but via Iranian scholars. I hope that some of them will have a sound enough head to actually say to these people that they have gone too far. It's all well and good to love Ahl al-Bayt. It's all well and good to criticize certain historical events. They have always claimed that they don't hate all Sunnis, they only hate Wahhabis, they only hate extremists. To actually call for the destruction and desecration of the tomb of Abu Hanifa translates to hating all Sunnis. The vast majority of the Indian subcontinent are Hanafi Sunnis. And what they're talking about is extremely offensive, but it is not only offensive, it is dangerous, because it leads to such a level of animosity between the Shia and the Sunni, it could actually spill over to international violence. So we're not talking about just Iraq anymore. We're talking about Pakistan, we're talking about Afghanistan, we're talking about India, we're talking about Bangladesh. And the only way that these people can be stopped is by asking the British government to use exactly the same guidelines they use against any hate speech, because this is a TV channel and an organization that bases its entire creed on hate speech. And unfortunately, I think the majority of British Muslims don't even know that this organization is not only existing in Britain, it's actually thriving in Britain, and it is actually being allowed to do things that normal Muslims can't do. I would suggest to you, brothers and sisters, that if a bunch of young Muslims were to go camping and they were seen, the police would want to know about it, and all sorts of questions would be asked. Yet this organization, the Shirazi movement, are allowed to train militias in England. It's a ridiculous situation. And I would respectfully ask the mainstream organizations, such as the Muslim Council of Britain, to take this and put it at the feet of the government, so they can actually either do something about it or explain the double standards. And I would also ask the moderate Shia organizations to maybe tell us what is their view on the Shirazi movement. Are they with them? Are they against them? Let's know. And maybe go hand in hand with the Muslim Council of Britain and other organizations to the government and say, sorry, these are not our people and these do not represent us. these people have already destroyed the monument of Abu Ja'far al-Mansur, the founder of Baghdad. Now, as Muslims, we're not really too worried about statues, but what we're talking about here is national identity. It's an attempt to strip the Iraqis of their national identity and hand over Iraq to Iran. But I'm not going to go into too much detail about this, because this is something that is an Iraqi issue. As far as British Muslims, I think it is incumbent upon myself, having come across this information and researched it and found out that it is true. It is incumbent upon me to let you know that there are certain things being done in the name of Islam and run from England, so in the name of British Muslims, that could cause wars between nations. So I ask anybody who is in contact with an MP, or anybody who is in contact with organizations that can actually have an effect, to actually stop these people in the event of the destruction of the tomb and the mosque of Abu Hanifa al-Nu'man in Baghdad. The repercussions that could come from Pakistan and Turkey and Bangladesh and India could be extremely negative, and I really don't want to even think about guessing what could happen. So please share this video and make people aware of what these people are doing and what these people are calling for, because they are calling for a division in the Ummah that could be detrimental. أقول قولي هذا واستغفر الله لي ولكم ولسائر المسلمين والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.